and St present a show titled
Heartbeats, songs that tell us stories of love. Tonight we perform a single tune from our show, a song that describes the safest path to happiness and love. From the band, Sophie Tucker, focus on having a best friend. Ladies and gentlemen, the Marching Saints. The 29 Marching Saints are under the direction of Micah Volts, drill by Mark Waymeyer, original ballad medley arranged by Pat Jensen. Percussion instructors are Matt Nabosny and Jacob Lamb. Drum majors are Nick Rediger, Sierra Rusnell, and Sarah Seppi.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to St. Clair High Schools Homecoming 2019. This year's theme was Throwback. We'd like to acknowledge the St. Clair High Student Council, 120 students strong, led by Avery Wilson, Lauren Hogan, and Stephanie Williams, on a job well done this week. We just wrapped up the Spirit Week today with the annual Tug-of-War Assembly. And pulling it out by just a couple points, this year's winners was the senior class, followed by the juniors, sophomores, staff, and bringing up the rear, the freshmen. At this time, let me draw your attention to the center of the field as we welcome back last year's homecoming queen and king, Miss Izzy Hazel and Mr. Matt Eisenhart. Please welcome them back. Izzy is attending Grand Valley State University, where she says she's fulfilling her life's purpose of saving the bees. Matt is also at Grand Valley University, majoring in biomedical sciences and pre-med and minoring in psychology. Let's have a warm welcome back for our alumni, Matt Eisenhower and Izzy Hazel. Each year, St. Clair High School is proud to play host to several students from around the globe. This year, we are welcoming 5 students. Coming to us from Beringen, Belgium, is Miss Helena Bormans. Helena is escorted by her host mother, Stacy Yax. She's involved in tennis and student council. Back home, and besides tennis, she likes shopping. When she returns to Belgium, she will be going to college. Let's have a nice welcome for Helena. Coming to us from Espoo, Finland, please welcome Elena Karkkininen. She is escorted by host parents Megan and Scott Diesick. She is a member of the cheer team. She's looking forward to attending games and school events. When she returns to Finland, she still has 2 years of high school to finish up. Please welcome Elena. Coming to us from Milan, Italy, is Miss Sophie Lacini. She is escorted by host parents Jill and Eric Markleit. I apologize. She is a part of student council. She likes to go to basketball games. She enjoys going to cinema and also concerts. She is going to study she's going to complete her last year when she returns to Italy. Please welcome Sofia Lacini. Also coming to us from Italy, please welcome Alice Pizos. Alice is from Iglesias, Italy, escorted by Stacy Yax. She is a member of the swim team, and when she's not swimming, she says she loves to shop and travel. When she returns to Italy, she looks forward to going to college. Let's have a warm welcome, please, for Alice. And our only male representative this year, coming to us from Bangkok, Thailand, Mr. Werithan Yawawana Suri, also known as Hart, escorted by host parents Laura and Sean Thacker. He likes basketball, weightlifting, hopes to be a part of the trap shooting team. Back home, he's part of the basketball team, the Chinese speech competition, and the soccer team. He plans to take part in basketball and the band program and student council. Please welcome Hart. And now let's meet our representatives for the homecoming court, representing the class of 2023. You heard that right, 2023. Our freshman female representative is Miss Kylie Markwart. Kylie is escorted by parents Tammy and Matt. She's a member of the volleyball team. She was a past member of the National Junior Honor Society in middle school. She likes to volunteer at her church, and like most teenagers, likes hanging out with her friends. And she also enjoys babysitting her niece, Ellie. She plans to go to college and study physical therapy. Miss Kylie Markwart. Our male representative is Mr. Logan Legree. Logan is escorted by parents Shannon and Brian Legree. He enjoys baseball. He said he plays baseball all year round. When not playing baseball, he likes hanging with friends and hunting. His goal is to get a scholarship to Arizona State University to play baseball. Mr. Logan Legree. Next up, please welcome our sophomore representatives, Miss Ruby Neiman. Ruby is escorted by parents Stephanie and Brian. She's part of student council, varsity competitive cheerleading, and JV sideline cheering. She likes to volunteer at her church, taking care of her little brother. She enjoys the road trips up to her cabin in the UP, loves the TV show Friends, and hopes to attend a design program at Central Michigan University upon graduating high school. Miss Ruby Neiman. Your male representative for the sophomore class, Mr. Nick Morawski. The junior class, Mr. Nick Morawski, sophomore class. I'm going senile up here, I apologize. Mr. Nick Morawski is a sophomore. He is escorted by parents Erica and Mark. He is a part of the robotics team, the student council, the marching band, the golf team, and just recently joined the theater production. He likes to work with the chess program for the elderly at Burger King. He enjoys eating at Buffalo Wild Wings, and he hopes to pursue a career in aviation. Mr. Nick Morawski. Our junior representative, Miss Jessica Diller. Jessica is escorted by parents Lisa Bennett and Corey Diller. Jessica is very much involved in athletics as a member of varsity cheer, varsity swim and dive, varsity track. Also involved in NHS and student council. She likes to play with her dog, go to football games, and her current goal is to go to Wayne State and pursue med school. Miss Jessica Diller. Your male representative is Mr. Duncan McLeod. Duncan is escorted by parents Anne Marie and Joe McLeod. He's a member of Varsity Lacrosse, National Honor Society. He also is involved with hockey with the Port Huron Grizzlies and enjoys volunteering at St. Mary's for the fish fries. He hopes to go to college and pursue a degree in medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Duncan McLeod. Our 4 representatives for Queen come from the senior class, the class of 2020. In alphabetical order, let's first meet Chloe Chrysalis. Chloe is escorted by her mother and stepfather, John Ramo. She is a member of the band, the marching band, the National Honor Society, and the tennis team. She works for 313 Cafe Coffee Shop. She likes playing piano in her free time, playing with her dog, Callie. Her goal is to go to Grand Valley State University and pursue a degree in the medical field. Ladies and gentlemen, Chloe Chrysalis. Coming to us next is Miss Maddie Griefor. Maddie is escorted by her little brother, Caleb. She is a member of varsity volleyball. She is also the president of the National Honor Society, a member of the Links Program, Student Council, and a member of the Student Advisory Council. She likes to play travel volleyball. She works with Happy Dog Paddle Sports and enjoys volunteering at McLaren Hospital. We always knew she was smart. She wants to go to Michigan State University and pursue her degree in nutrition and health sciences and eventually go on to physician's assistant school. Miss Maddie Griefor. Miss Isabella Koo. Isabel is escorted by parents Amberly and Zheng Koo. She is a member of the varsity cheerleading team, St. Clair JV cheer program, and the Links program. She likes to go skiing. She loves going to Cedar Point, and she hopes to pursue a career down the road in pediatric nursing. Let's have a hand for Isabel Koo. Our final candidate for Queen is Miss Elia Tracy. Elia is escorted by parents Lori and David. She is a member of NHS, Student Council, Yearbook, and captain of the varsity soccer team. She also plays travel soccer for the Nationals. She likes boating on the river and traveling. She plans to attend college and pursue degrees in environmental studies and sustainability. Miss Elia Tracy. Our first male representative, Mr. Brady Gleason. Brady is escorted by parents Angie and Tim. As you can tell, he's a member of the football team, also the basketball team, the baseball team, and a member of the Links program. He's also been very active coaching St. Clair Junior football and biddy ball. He works for Matt Griefor's company. He likes to play with his new puppy, likes watching Stranger Things, and loves to throw the deep ball. Hopes to play football in college and major in health sciences. Let's have a hand for Brady Gleason. Next up, Mr. Raymond Hill. Ray is escorted by his mother Joyce Hill and his little sister Rose Hill. Roy is the captain of the cross-country team, the captain of the track and field team. He also attends St. Clair RISA for informational technology. He is working towards his private pilot license currently. He likes to golf 18 with the buddies on Sunday morning and loves running with his team. His plans are to go to Western Michigan University and study aviation, and he hopes to be flying worldwide at the age of 23. Mr. Ray Hill. Next, Mr. Joe Phillips. Joe is escorted by parents Jennifer and Jack. He's also a member of the football team, basketball team, and Business Essentials School Store. He is a coach for the junior football team. He's also a coach for Powder Puff football, a former member of student council. When he's not busy doing sports, he also likes to fish. His plans are to go to college and pursue a degree in media communications and teaching. Mr. Joe Phillips. Finally, our last representative, Mr. Ryan Zimmer. Ryan is escorted by parents Jill and Matt Zimmer. He is a member of varsity baseball, varsity basketball. He's coached biddy ball in the past. He likes taking care of his grandpa. He also likes to go zip lining. His plans in the future are to pursue both his academic and baseball goals at the University of Michigan upon graduating from St. Clair. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a hand for our 2019 homecoming court. We'll ask Miss Tracy and her whole line to move closer to Mr. Zimmer. Over 700 students cast ballots on Wednesday to make the final decision. As always, these votes are very close. Every representative received over 100 votes, all well-deserving. This year's 2019 homecoming queen is going to be Miss Chloe Chrysalis. And joining Chloe, our king for 2019 as selected by the student body is going to be Mr. Raymond Hill. We'll ask Chloe to go back and join Ray. And let us present to you your new Queen and King, Miss Chloe Chrysalis and Mr. Raymond Hill. Congratulations to all of our students. Thank you to our student council for organizing all of these events. And now let's get back to St. Clair football. Have a good evening. This time we'll ask the court to please quickly exit through the center.
North Star Bank, your local community bank serving St. Clair, Sanilac, Huron, and Washtenaw counties. When you need a local community bank for home loans, checking, savings, and other banking needs, North Star Bank is the community bank that you want to deal with. The bank that will take care of all your personal and business needs. North Star Bank has a new mobile application that you can download to make banking even easier. North Star Bank, guiding the way. Member FDIC.
The choice is yours at St. Clair Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Choose better service. Choose more for your trade. Because we really do care in St. Clair.
Choose a better car buying experience at St. Clair Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, where you'll get all your rebates and the lowest price.
For the best selection and the very best service, get to the people who care.
They really do care in St. Clair.
We are St. Clair County's highest volume dealer.
St. Clair Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge.
Just minutes from everywhere.
Neiman's Family Market. Experience the Neiman's family difference. Fresh fruits and vegetables, where Michigan-grown products are featured daily. Local is more than what Neiman sells. It's who they are. From Grandpa John's quality meats since 1952, featuring a complete meat and deli department, to Grandma Sophie's Bakery, to the Corner Cafe. That's what Neiman's Family Market is. Experience the Neiman family difference.
Welcome back, everyone. John Carter along with Coach Denny White. And Coach, great halftime as King and Queen were named, Chloe Chrysalis and Raymond Hill. And the Saints come back to the field leading 49-13. And as you said, at this point, it's more about coming out of this game without any injuries and making sure that the players who are playing now, who are primarily the substitutes, do their job and stay disciplined in what they're doing.
Yeah, it's time. It's time. I think they should have gotten over the anxiety of playing in front of a big crowd, and now it's an opportunity to tighten things up, do your job, and stop the silly penalties, and please no one get hurt. Plus, it's a running clock, so this quarter will go a lot faster than that first one.
We had a comment. It might have been the longest first quarter in the history of mankind. Second quarter went quicker. Saints, though, a really explosive offensive output without really throwing an awful lot of special plays. It was mainly just strong running on the ground.
I believe that, and it was where they got the ball also. They like we talked about, the first 2 touchdowns, the defense had not been on the field.
Great field position, certainly keyed by Sean Donaldson's kickoffs as he puts the ball so deep, makes it very difficult to bring it back out very far. Quarterback Brady Gleason was very efficient. A couple nice passing touchdowns to Austin Schweiger. And for St. Clair, we do see on the sideline Max Schweihofer, who's been bothered with a sore shoulder on and off all season. He probably will not be back. We mentioned Brandon Ruba, who also has not played here and will not play, obviously, in the second half either. And we'll see most likely some unfamiliar faces in different positions. Luke Ellis did a nice job running the Saints, moving the ball pretty well. Saints were down at about the 25-yard line of Centerline by the end of the first half. So have to see what happens here in the second half. Saints will continue to probably keep it close to the vest. You'll probably see a lot of runs, and as Coach mentioned, with a running clock, it will go pretty quick here in the second half. Going back to really the setup of the game, next week the Saints will take on Marine City here at East China. The Saints are technically the away team, so we mentioned at halftime they might have to bring some temporary bleachers in for all the people who are going to show up, because it's a game next week between 2 ranked teams in the state. I think Mariners are currently 4th or 5th in the state in their division, and the Saints are 7th or 8th, depending on who you believe, in their division. Very strong teams, and this will determine certainly not only the rivalry between St. Clair and Marine City for East China Supreme football team, but also will determine who wins the MAC Silver Championship. Clock is run down now, and we'll go back out. It'll be the Saints receiving here in the second half. Asher Schweiger and Jared Lenarski will be deep for St. Clair. And let's see who else. Probably continue to be more or less the normal kicking and receiving teams. But I'm sure you won't see any more of Brady Gleason under center, and probably not a lot of the starting running backs and receivers as well.
I would think not.
Getting a little colder here. It's our first time where the cold has been a factor this year, but a little bit chilly in the stadium. And so we could have a little more urgency from the referees to get things started, if they'd like. Number 11 for Centerline, that's Jaden Freeman, will be kicking off. And as we mentioned, deep, Schweiger and Lenarski. Kicks have not been very deep for Centerline so far, so let's see if they have another short one coming up. That was very short. And again, covered quickly at the sideline. Number
Mason
26.
Spicia.
Yeah, Mason Spicia. Again, that's the second time he's done exactly that, and that's simply a good play. Catch it and get the start at the 40. That's good field position for St. Clair. Luke Ellis will bring the Saints out. Under center. Quick handoff, Gaedeke. And he gets about 2 or 3 to the right side. And again, as we said, we don't expect a lot of fancy plays here for St. Clair. They're going to keep this pretty conservative, not show anything on tape, predominantly to Marine City. And they will try to grind this out using the ground game. Ellis this time again, Gaedeke. Not a lot of room, but he gets about a yard straight ahead. And that'll make it 3rd down and about 6. Bo Becker, number 14 on one side, number 48, Aiden McCartney on another. Ellis in the pistol. Ducks under, and is sacked. Nope, actually manages to get through it, but eventually is put down. And it will be 4th down and approximately 8 or 9. And most likely the Saints will punt this away. The timing of the passing game is so important, and with all the substitutes in, that's probably going to suffer a little bit, Coach.
It definitely is, yep.
Lenarski will look to punt the ball away. We faked it once here in the first half, but I don't think we'll have a fake this time. Lenarski, kind of that rugby-style rolling kick, gets a great roll all the way down to the 20-yard line. And that's where the Panthers will start. And we've mentioned a couple times this year the advantage the St. Clair Saints have with special teams between Lenarski and Donaldson. The field position game is typically won by the Saints.
It absolutely is. It's just 2 special weapons.
Center line comes out and their side-by-side look. This is Johnson again with room, and he's got some speed. And out of bounds at about the 50, inside the 50. And the Saints have to be very careful on the end that Jaden Johnson is just so quick. He ducks inside, and you've got to stay in your lane.
Yep, that's the discipline that we were talking about. You have to do your job, and so often they get excited. I want to make the tackle, and they go for a fake, and that opens that sideline up.
And he's now had 3 or 4 30-plus yard runs, and he's been just about the entire offense. He also made a nice pass for the other score for this evening for Centerline. This is Taylor, and he probes the middle, and I think they're going to call him dead for for forward progress. Number 52, Logan Hurlbert had a hold of him by the shirt tail and wasn't letting go. And the referees had already blown the whistle at this point, but good effort by Taylor and Hurlbert on that play. 2nd down and about 6 for Centerline. Inside handoff and nowhere to go. That was number 14 for Centerline, Chase Taylor. And plane was blown up nicely by the St. Clair interior line.
They read that one right from the beginning.
I think Joe Phillips was a primary tackler there. That'll make it 3rd down and about 7. And you have to think that number 5, Jalen Johnson, will be certainly someone to watch out for. Johnson is out to the left. Lakota is behind the center. And up the middle, center line gets about 2.5 maybe. And tackled again by a plethora of Saints. At the bottom, number 34, Joe Phillips again from this linebacker position. And I'll make it 4th down and about 4 yards to go for center line. Johnson tries to do the duck in, but this time the Saints play it very well. And he's tackled for a 5-yard loss. I think that was number 14, Bo Becker, with the tackle. And it'll be St. Clair football as the Panthers turn it over on downs. Good defense that time by St. Clair, Coach.
Well done. Absolutely. That's the discipline we were talking about.
With running clock now, down under 5 minutes, 30 seconds, third quarter. Saints football right at the 50-yard line. And they have it 1st and 10. Ellis to Gaedeke. Dragging a tackler for about 5 yards there, and he makes that into a very positive play. He gets about 7 or 8. And the Saints will operate 2nd down and 3. Ellis again to Gaedeke. Has some room to the right, and very close to their 1st down.
Nice run. And this is the offense that we expected.
They're going to call that 3rd down. Didn't quite make it. Has to get almost exactly to the 40-yard line. Looks like he's about a football short of that. Ellis probably look for a quarterback sneak here. Nope, this time handoff short to, hard to tell. Might be Phillips. And 1st down for St. Clair.
Nice effort by the Saints interior line there. They just pushed that pile.
Strong inside run, and Saints get a 1st down on the 35 of center line. Ellis in the pistol. Handoff inside. Ethan White with his first carry of the evening. He gets about 7 or 8. And you have to think at this point, center line's going to get a little worn down in the middle of the line. They've played a lot of plays on defense, and that takes a toll. And as we mentioned, just not a lot of extra players on the center line, sideline as well. So
we got a lot of two-way players there.
Ellis under center. Takes a snap, fake this time. Ellis rolling right, throws it, completed, and caught on the sideline there. Well, they're going to call that incomplete. It was dropped under pressure. Kind of a risky pass, but went to a St. Clair player. See the roll right, and while being tackled, Luke got it away, but I think the defensive back made a nice play and broke it up, and I'll make it 3rd and 2. Ellis under center. Gaedeke deep. Aiden with the handoff. Good tackle. That was number 77, Jacob Vega. And more or less stopped him in his tracks that time.
Yes, he did.
Vega's listed at 6 feet 318, so. That was a large human that stopped Aiden that time. That'll make it 4th and about 2. Saints break the huddle. Ellis open in the backfield, in motion, and give quick handoff inside. And
That's Saligan.
breaking through is Denny Saligan, showing that quickness and speed. And that was a very nice run. That time by number 16, Denny Saligan, his first touchdown of the evening. And the Saints now lead 55-13. A lot of happy smiles. It feels good as a team when you get a chance to have kids who don't normally get a chance to carry the ball, bring it, score, and get a chance to contribute to the offense.
Absolutely.
And Kriske with the extra point. I'm betting there's teams around that would be willing to offer a trade to St. Clair for one of their 2 kickers.
I'll bet there are. I'll bet there are.
You don't normally have such a surplus. And Evans demonstrated he's a very effective kicker in his own right. And again, that's a tremendous asset to have as a football team in high school. That score makes it 56-13 for St. Clair. Down to 1:15 left, third quarter. Mentioned this running clock here as the Saints have a commanding 43-point lead. Kriske will kick off for St. Clair. Number 5, that's Johnson deep. Ivan approaches the ball. Nice kick. And dropped again by Johnson and quickly tackled.
Stepped out of bounds.
Oh, and he stepped out of bounds on the sideline at about, what is that, mix like the 13 or so.
Or the ball went out of bounds after it hit him.
Either way, we can tell from here. I think he may have stepped out himself before, as he was going for the ball. So that's technically illegal touching by, you can't be the first person to touch it if you go out of bounds.
See, and I said we probably wouldn't see anything we hadn't seen before in the second half. I was wrong.
Wrong again.
My wife was right. I'm always wrong.
That'll bring it back. I think it's a 5-yard penalty. Be first down for the Panthers, back at the 5-yard line, maybe. And this has got to get wearing on your offense when you're starting so deep in your territory virtually every single time you have the ball. Johnson is deep, rolls to his right, long pass.
Oh.
Out there again. Oh, boy, he had it really well thrown and just off the fingertips of number 8. That's Davis, and that's the second time they've run that. And last time it resulted in a touchdown for the Panthers, and that one was open as well. Well thrown by Johnson. Approaching the end of the third quarter, and I don't think we'll get another playoff here before the end of the quarter. Saints come up with another touchdown here as they lead 56-13. And we'll be back in just a moment after a word from our sponsors with the fourth quarter.
The choice is yours at St. Clair Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Choose better service. Choose more for your trade.
Because we really do care in St. Clair.
Choose a better car buying experience when you shop 3 brands under one roof at St. Clair Chevrolet Buick GMC, where you'll get all your rebates and the lowest price, plus free pickup and delivery to your home or office.
We are St. Clair County's highest volume dealer.
Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Just minutes from everywhere.
Well, welcome back, everybody. John Carter along with Coach Denny White. Saints lead 56-13 as we head into the fourth quarter. The Panthers are pinned back at the 6-yard line after a miscue on the kickoff. 2nd down and 10 for them. As we mentioned, running clock here in the second half, so it's going much quicker. I don't think anybody's upset about that.
No, whatever group decided to implement the running clock system was probably on the other end once or twice.
Right.
Because there's no way you can come back, and they're worrying about people getting hurt also.
And that's absolutely the case. When you get this far ahead, there's no reason to prolong this. 2nd and 10 for Centerline. Johnson goes right. He has some room and knocked down at about the 11-yard line or so for Centerline. Makes it 3rd and about 4.
It would be interesting to see his stats for the evening.
He's been the offense for Centerline, either through his arm or his legs, and he's actually a pretty talented football player. It's tough being on a team that just doesn't have much support for you.
Yep.
3rd down and 4. Johnson gets spread to the right. Dakota will take the snap. And that was an attempted handoff interior and kind of knocked down almost by his quarterback that time.
So.
And you see, I think, reaching to hand the ball off to the runner more or less tripped him, and that will make it 4th down and let's say 6 to go for a 1st down. And number 8, Jaden Davis, is deep to punt.
It's always dangerous to kick out of your own end zone.
I think that's Denny Saligan deep for St. Clair. And let's see, we're going to have a timeout called, I think, by Centerline. They did not have, I don't think, the right number of players on the field. Well, as we continue some of the things, a lot of sporting events coming up in St. Clair over the next couple of weeks. In particular, on October 18th, the St. Clair High tennis team will host the Division II Regional starting at 9 a.m. Come out and watch the state-ranked MAC Red Champion St. tennis team as they attempt to qualify for the state tournament for about the 1,000th year in a row. Next Tuesday, both volleyball and swim teams are at home. 9th grade and JV volleyball teams will play at 5, and then the varsity will play at 6:15. The swim begins their meet at 6. And we certainly encourage you to come out and buy tickets to come see the Saints. That's us huddled in the corner. Davis gets it away. Short kick down to about the 30-yard line. And I don't think we can complain yet. It's probably still in the 40s, and it's been much colder in this press box over the years.
We can complain. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's practice.
Well, and the Saints are going to be looking forward to actually getting colder, because that will mean the colder it is, the farther they're going into the playoffs. And certainly, based on the record and the upcoming schedule, the Saints will be looking at qualifying for the playoffs again for the 2nd year in a row and looking to make a long run. Ellis, hand off inside, and just a ankle tackle that time. As Gedeke almost broke that. And he got about 8 or 9 yards. There was a penalty on the play. And I think that's going to be another holding play or holding call against St. Clair. And this is going to be difficult to watch for some players on tape, I think, this week.
Well, we had a cleaner third quarter.
And certainly the running backs for St. Clair are going to be upset because they've given up a lot of yards that they gained through these holding penalties. But as I say, it'll be something for the coach to watch and complain about on film. Ellis takes it. Again, Gedeke right up the middle again. And he gets most of that yardage back up to the 30-yard line. And Aiden's a junior, so he's getting a kind of a dress rehearsal for his role next year, it looks like. With Ruba and Kriske, I think, graduating, certainly Aiden Gedeke looks like a pretty good next year solution for running back. Ellis takes it. And that was not a completely clean handoff. Ethan White comes off a little bit gingerly. 21, Jaden Simonian comes back onto the field. 22, Duncan Gillison as well. Becker and Simonian here to the right. Saligan joins them, trips right. Gedeke.
Nice tackle.
To about the 17, 18-yard line, but tackler number 24 for Centerline, Arion Stevenson, really kind of paid for that. Gedeke, I think, brings a load when he hits you.
Yes.
And that'll make it 4th and about 4 for St. Clair.
That's what you get when you give the linebacker the football.
Yeah, there's a certain mentality involved,
It's
right?
a little tough to tackle. Both he and Joe Phillips.
Yep. 4th down and 4. Gedeke is deep behind Luke Ellis. Swing pass to Gedeke, just out of his reach. And it'll be 4th down, and Ellis didn't have a lot of time getting that away, and it was just out of the reach of Aiden Gedeke. And the Saints will turn it over. Centerline will have the ball on their own 24-yard line. Under 6 minutes, 50 seconds left. And Coach, any thoughts on next week with the Saints and the Mariners?
Yeah, it's going to be well worth the price of the tickets. If they raise the ticket price, this is not the Tigers or the Lions you're going to see. This should be a real battle.
Mariners always extremely well coached. Ron Glodich has done a great job, and the Saints now looking to bring their 6-0 record in as well as the Mariners. So it'll be a clash of unbeatens next week. Dakota takes a snap, looks to pass. And a good break on the ball by, looks like that might be Saligan again. Incomplete for Centerline.
And I think next week also gives you an opportunity. Not only is it a school district neighborhood battle, which is the emotional part, but it's also two excellent football teams, two well-coached, excellent, different philosophy football teams.
And I think it's also probably a battle for top seed in their districts.
Yeah, it probably is, yeah.
Johnson goes right again, has some room.
He's got some blockers out in front of him.
they basically pull the entire line going right.
They do. You're right.
And they get enough traffic in front of him that he's quick enough and fast enough that when he gets out there in space, he's tough to track down. Number 74, River Palumbo, who has been sidelined for a bit, is in there, I think, for some plays. Under 4 minutes, 50 seconds left. Saints lead.
I thought I saw number 42, Alex Hall, right here. This has got to be his first action this year. He's had a bad knee.
Good to see some of these players get a chance to play. Johnson going deep again.
Overthrew that one.
Oh, and that was well covered.
Yep.
Saints are ready for that one. Pass on our thanks as always to Jets Pizza. They provide us with pizza. By us, I mean the CTV crew and announcers. Provide us with pizza every game day, and we appreciate that and thank them for their support. Panthers now 2nd and 10 from the 48. Johnson takes it, rolls to his left, out quicks. One runner, or one tackler, but knocked out of bounds. And again, a flag on the play. Holding on center line. One of the first time that holding penalty's been on center line. And that'll negate that gain, and they'll bring center line back to about the 33. And they'll face a 2nd down and a lot. Down to 3 minutes. Center line lines up for the play here. Shift. Johnson goes over to the right. Lakota rolls to his right. Throws it deep.
There it is.
And knocked away nicely by St. Clair. And there are about 5 St. Clair defensive backs around that, and only about 2 Panthers out there. And that's Johnson over on the sideline, and I think he deserves a rest at this point.
Yep,
He's done about everything he can do for this team, and I think he might just be exhausted.
He goes over top of his own player.
Yep. Certainly can't fault his effort tonight. That's he's done a terrific job and proven himself to be a pretty good football player.
Well, and I think you can say if you're the coaching staff, if you talk to the coaching staff at Centerline High School, that their team has every reason to go, never mind, and quit, and they certainly didn't do that.
And give him credit for that.
Yep,
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Dakota rolls to his right and knocked down. Good tackle. See if we can catch a number. 76. Nate Luther with the sack in the backfield. So he ran down the quarterback, Lakota, for center line. And down to a minute left here in the 4th quarter. The Saints will improve to 6-0 in the season with a dominating 56-13 win against Centerline. One last punt from Davis. Low line drive punt and takes kind of a sideways bounce. And it'll be blown dead at about the 47-yard line. Saints will have to run probably one play, if that, or they may just line up and shake hands at this point. Well, one more strong victory for St. Clair, Coach, and they're going to go into Marine City with a lot on the line next week.
Well, and I think, like you had mentioned before, that it not only is a route, but there were enough mistakes made that now you can, from the coaching staff standpoint, you can spend a lot of time correcting things prior to the Marine City game.
Saints run one more play, and that's it. And that's going to be a game as the Saints try to get one more play in, but a dominating victory for St. Clair. They win the game 56-13. Marine City next week. Now it'll be the big one. So John Carter for Denny White, all the guys down in the truck. Good night, everybody. Saints win 56-13.
This CTV sports presentation has been brought to you by St. Clair Chevy, Buick GMC, We Care. By Murphy Inn Restaurant and Hotel in St. Clair. By North Star Bank, North Star guiding the way. By Neimans Family Market. By St. Clair Home Goods and Ace Hardware. And by CTV Community TV in Marine City in St. Clair.